this is a weekly reading for you guys. This is from the 20th of May up until the 27th. It's called a snapshot reading because it just gives a brief insight into your romantic situation. So first out we have the Tower card, Major Arcana, the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, Air energy, Libra, Aquarius or Gemini, I feel like someone has been dishonest over a period of time, or may have been keeping some information to themselves, gathering information over a period of time. But it's all coming out. I'm getting when something comes back to bite you in the arse. Oh, how it flew out of the Devil on top. So someone was definitely being very manipulative, very deceptive. You may be dealing with a manipulator. That is also Major Arcana, represents the Capricorn energy. Then underneath we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Temperance card. So I almost feel like something had to give in this relationship. I feel like all hell is breaking loose. If you guys are trying to make off with someone's assets or money and thinking that you're going to be able to freely get away with it with no consequences, that's not the case. And it's advising you not to. Please do not do anything excessively or make any rash decisions. And I feel like if you guys if you guys are planning, say for example, if you guys are in a relationship and you're trying to strategically plan your way out while still keeping your foundations intact, so whatever you've worked for, whatever you've fought hard to build. And I feel like the advice is to keep that to yourself. Because if you tell someone, it's gonna backfire on you. It's like, keep it to yourself. Keep whatever you're doing close to your chest. Because if you think that you're gonna look back and tell someone, it may leave some kind of indication. Someone might get an inkling of what you're doing, and that's going to add fuel to the fire. So with the Temperance here, and the Devil is a very fiery energy, I think it's saying just don't add fuel to the fire, because this situation is really on the brink of erupting. And you guys have to move very, very strategically and carefully now. You can't make any spontaneous moves. That's very important. Vice versa, this may be somebody that's doing this to you. Could be a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. It's like, just try to balance out. Try to level yourself out. Think before you act, because you'll find yourself in a very, very earth-shattering situation. So, 7 of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords here, and the 5 of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, or Rising. But somebody is trying to sneak out of a situation to try to avoid hurt. But I feel like it is, regardless, there is going to be a sense of devastation and sadness and loss and grief. And you may not be wanting to hurt someone's feeling, and I feel that that is the advice, to just tread very carefully. If you are trying to break up with someone, tread carefully, because this person may be quite volatile. And I feel like even if they are not normally that way, the feeling of being backstabbed, they feel like it's a betrayal, you leaving them. Especially if they find out that you are trying to, that you've been planning this, You've been slowly packing up your things. You may have been moving your finances around into different accounts. And this person will feel very, very backstabbed by this. And it will affect them on an emotional level. It's just like, it feels like it could be earth-shattering for someone. So steady yourself. Libras, you guys are usually quite good at being balanced, and you are logical anyway. That is how you are. You kind of analyze both sides of the situation. You know when something is imbalanced. So I feel like it shouldn't be hard for you, but it's just advice, because the energies and the dynamics this week are just very, very high. It's really nothing to play with. I feel like it's a very serious week for you guys. I feel like you are strategizing and you are treading carefully because you know that the situation is ready to break down. This isn't what you want anymore. Someone feels like they're being, like someone's turning their back on them. And I feel this person just didn't see it coming. They didn't see it coming. They didn't expect this. Oh, God, there's a card that flipped. Yep. And then for the devil, we've got the moon here. And the Queen of Cups. So there could be another person waiting in the wings. And I feel like that could also be why you are treading very carefully and keeping things a secret. Because if this comes out, you know the hurt that it will cause. And it will just it will just create a very, very unhealthy situation. More than it already is. Definitely could be dealing with like I said, a Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces here. Female. Or this could be you, Libra. You may have this in may have your moon in a Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. And you're keeping this a secret because you have emotions for somebody else. And that's why you're trying to preserve your assets so that you can transition smoothly into a new relationship with somebody else. So I feel like, the warning is just move very carefully if that's you. Because you may be leaving some kind of trail behind and someone's getting suspicious. So you better just not make any sudden moves. I know it's just underneath the card we have the Judgment. So exactly. Use your logic. You have very good judgment right now of the situation. Take your time to come to that decision because once it's made, it's going to be very difficult to go back. You know your past with this person, so you'll know how to maneuver through this situation. But think very wisely. Even if you do have deep emotions for someone else and you just feel like being attached to someone else is slowing down you being able to offer your emotions to a new person, don't rush. Do not try and rush because otherwise someone else is going to find out. They're going to feel very betrayed and backstabbed, and it's going to make it even harder for you to move forward in a new relationship. I don't know if you may not have disclosed to either person you're dealing with that you are still attached to another person. I'm not sure. Let's roll the dice and see what comes up for you guys. So we have number 1, which indicates a new beginning. So just like I said, you guys are trying to move into a new relationship, or even just start afresh. 10 of Swords here represents the end of a cycle. The Tower is destruction. Bringing things to an end that need to come to an end. And I feel like this full moon in Scorpio may have played a big effect on you guys that we've just had. Some of this may have been playing out from under the influence of the Scorpio moon. You want to plant new seeds. Yep, so that is all I have for you, Libras. I hope you have a good week, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!